Let me ask you kind of like a proxies question. Like when someone just says Hamas to you, like someone who you might be discussing the issue with, what's your response to that? If someone is just like, well, but Hamas, like
Oof.
where do you go?
I mean, there are so many layers to this. I had a show. I did a one-woman show that I toured from 2008 to 2013, directed by Kamal Bell of United Shades. And we wrote a show about my time living under occupation in the West Bank. And I titled the show I Heart Hamas. It was super cheeky. It was really funny. It got tons of press and people got pissed. And I was like, you know what? I want you to get pissed because I want you to talk about my show, because I want more people to get to my show, because I want to address what's going on. And the show never talked about Hamas, which further infuriated people. But the premise of the show was like my journey growing up as a Palestinian and then moving there and even being told what kind of like insane, violence and oppression was going on, not understanding it until I lived there and I was dealing with it every day. And I was being shot at checkpoints and I was watching children throw stones and be like mowed down. And I was hearing like, F-16s fly over my house to bomb the buildings, down the street and kill an entire family because they were Hamas or they were in the government or whoever they were. They were agitating. And so once I lived under that level of violence and hatred and like oppression, I was like, it would take everything in me to choose nonviolent resistance, number one. So in a sense, I'm like, occupied people have the right to resist. We are not, as outsiders, allowed to tell them how to resist or judge how they resist. Their resistance is their choice. They are the people who are daily being humiliated, terrorized, and undergoing like a slow genocide. I mean, Gaza is on a diet, is what the Israelis say, and they laugh because they are calorie restricting them because they are letting so little food in. It's like a joke amongst Israelis. It's disgusting. You are slowly starving a population. You are preventing food and medicine and any necessary like imports to come in. And so for me, my thing about Hamas is, number one, I don't have the right to question resistance. Number two, we gave the Palestinians a free election and they chose Hamas as their representatives. Three, Hamas has provided a lot. Listen, there's no government there. There's the Palestinian Authority. There's no government. There's no, governing body really that exists there. So Israel can come in at any time and intervene. Hamas has done tons for education, has done tons for donating and supporting families that have lost, their breadwinners, has created a lot of on-the-ground community resources to people who have no resources. So of course they're going to be loyal to Hamas, and they see Hamas as protecting them because they've been abandoned by the world. So I don't advocate, I'm not advocating for Hamas. I think that they have done a lot of destruction to our cause and to our movement. I think that they've also, assisted people on the ground in surviving. And they've provided a sense of, we must resist. We can resist. There's no one here to protect us but ourselves. And I think that in that sense, I'm like, Hamas, Shema Hamas. First of all, they have missiles, they have rockets that hardly ever get to their point, to their destination. And number two, Israel has Iron Dome. They can knock out all of those rockets. There are very few casualties. People have to go, oh my God, leave brunch, leave the party and go into your bomb shelter for a few hours and then come back out and like watch the reign of terror on Gaza as you're sitting in lawn chairs and cheering. So to me, I'm like, this is a boogeyman. This is a straw man, and I'm not going to get caught up in having that conversation.
And just to refresh everybody's or for maybe people who are encountering you for the first time, when were you over there? Like, when were you in Palestine? And
I was there at the second Intifada. It's 2000 to 2001. I got there when they were thinking there was going to be a declaration of a Palestinian state. So it was really jubilant. People were excited. They were building businesses. Like, it was all these Palestinians from outside were coming back that summer. And then the Intifada started, and then I stayed for the next year and a half. And so I lived in the West Bank of the city of Ramallah, my parents' hometown. And I've been back several times. I went back a couple of years ago to do a stand-up comedy tour, which was awesome.
yeah, how was that?
That was super fun. I mean, people are desperate for connection and entertainment and distraction. So, and to know that people are coming from outside, like, they haven't been forgotten. So people turn out in droves for the show, and the audience is like super attentive, super interested, like ready to laugh and like have a good time, because they get so little. It's really hard for people to get in there. And Israel screens, and they don't let everybody in. I was shocked I got in, actually.
What was the process like? Like, was it intense, or?
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all this is it. I know some of my friends don't have this privilege, but I am a Palestinian Christian, and Israel discriminates between Muslims and Christians. It's just a fact. I know it's a fact. So I shut down all my social media like weeks before, because I was like, I want to be as untraceable as possible. It's not possible though if you Google me, but I thought, okay, I'm gonna just try. And then I'm gonna be shameless. I wore a low-cut shirt with a cross necklace, and I was like, hi, I'm here to do comedy. And they were like, okay, great, come in. Didn't question me, nothing. The next comedian came in. Hi, I'm here to do comedy. Oh, you're Muslim. What's your, it's just like they were all taken into another room, and I was like, I'm just going to buy you all cross necklaces next time, dudes. Like, what the fuck? Just get on board with the propaganda. Like, use the system against them. Is what? Oh shit! Now I'm telling everybody, and I'm definitely not gonna get in next time. But
I'd be like, wait a second, it's the cross girl again. It's I saw this on a thing.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your